Okay, it's time for the bread rules, and it's time for another movie review. And this time it's going to be about Battleship. Now, I know everybody making fun of this movie as of late because it's based on a board game, and everybody's like, it can't be good. It's not. And everybody, the message boards, everybody across the internet was insulting it, saying how this movie's not going to be good. It's got no storyline, nothing like that, guy. It's a horrible, horrible movie. This is the problem. People always pay attention what the critics say. The critics are paid off. It's the same thing with video games. You have to judge for yourself. So I did what I did with every single movie I have seen for years going into Battleship. I set my expectations low. I mean, like to the floor. I do that with everything. Never hype yourself up for a movie because this is the problem fanboys have. You internet fanboys who make me sick to my goddamn stomach. You think that a movie is going to be a 4-star classic, every single one of them, and then you build it up so high that it's almost impossible to meet those expectations. Now, before you criticize Battleship, you have to understand what it is. It's an action movie. It's supposed to be about action. So you should just base it alone that there's not going to be some type of complicated plot and amazing character development. That's not what this movie is about. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from the Expendables. I mean, that if they did have character development, it would be a bad movie because that's not what an action movie's about. If you want character development, you watch a drama. You don't see an action movie to see like great lines of dialogue, and it's not what it's about. You see an action movie, it's to see fighting, explosions, and action. That's why it's called that. Drama is because drama is relating to the human condition. It's not about that. So anyway, Battleship. The problem is they try to get some character development going in this movie. So it's funny I should say that. The first 30 minutes of Battleship are just fucking awful. You've got your protagonist being established as a fucking goofball. It's funny. There's some funny parts in the beginning. It's a comedy sketch basically in the beginning. Admittedly, I laughed. But I really shouldn't be in a movie like this. But I'm going to just tell you this right now. When the 30 minutes are over, this movie is fucking awesome. It's the best special effects. I'm talking Transformers special effects. That's the level this thing is at. I mean, goddamn, they put a lot of money into these special effects. They're amazing. And the battles are epic. I mean, there's more explosions in this movie than in Transformers, the Expendables. It blows them out of the water when it comes to special effects. Not to put a lame pun in there, but actually I did mean to put that lame pun in there. But anyway, it's very, very good at what it sets out to be. As a hardcore action picture, it's great. They've got AC/DC in there on the soundtrack. I mean, it's just a cool movie. You feel cool watching it, and you really feel like you're seeing something special. It is actually a pretty surprisingly good movie for something that's supposed to be based on the board game. But it's really like not based on the board game, which is funny. The title is based on the board game, but the actual movie is not. Because the board game is not about an alien invasion, which this movie is about. It's a simple plot line, and all the nerds out there are gonna go apeshit over this review if they watch it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you're so stupid. This is just a popcorn flick, and there's no story behind it. How could it be a good movie?" Because you know what? Those people are fucking retarded. That's not what this movie's supposed to be about. If you don't like movies like this, then you simply shouldn't bitch about it, because this is what the action movie genre has always been about, whether you like it or not. So I don't know really what you're expecting, But this movie sets out what it's supposed to do. And, you know, the thing that derails most action movies is exactly when they try to throw drama, try to make the people act in it. They blow that in the first 30 minutes of this film, but then they wise up with the last hour and a half. Which brings me to my next criticism. This movie's a little long. I mean, it didn't really feel long, though, which was good because it was very exciting throughout. But they could have easily trimmed off a great deal from this movie. There's no reason why it needed to be 2 hours, 2 hours plus. That could have easily been changed with some smart editing. Like the first 30 minutes could have been cut down substantially because it was pretty much irrelevant. They could have easily done that. And my other criticism is Rihanna. It's very funny that they picked Rihanna to do the one-liners. She's not even the protagonist in the film, and she is doing the one-liners. They sound lame, scripted. Like just picture this: Sylvester Stallone reading, acting out his one-liners, and you know they're awesome. Arnold Schwarzenegger, when they say their one-liners, they're cool. You get chills. When Rihanna says them, you go, ha ha ha! You laugh at her. It's fucking ridiculous. Why they picked her to read the one-liners? A horrible choice. This is, to my knowledge, Rihanna's first movie, and it should be her last. But that's pretty much all the criticism I have about this. This movie, a lot of people have said it was going to be cheesy. It's not. It's very impressive. It's a visual masterpiece. I'm not going to say that the movie's a masterpiece, but it is a visual splendor, I have to say. That's the best way I could put it. Very impressive movie from a visual standpoint and from an action standpoint. You know, just the way how they went about choreographing the battles was just entertaining. It was just a very entertaining movie, and I know this review is going to draw a lot of criticism, but you know, it is what it is. It was a good movie, so just deal with it, motherfuckers. Just deal with it.